Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome in to Tea with Lady DJ. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. We have an interesting subject matter for tonight. Welcome in, welcome in. I know I'm looking a little. You remember the last time I told you all that I came looking like this, that Kathy, she's the playful one. You know, I tell you all, I have multiple personalities. And they're always chattering. Welcome in. So, again, Kathy wanted to dress me tonight. And this is it. This is what I have on another one of Morning Woods t-shirts. Can you see it? And I have a joy of nothing but scars, right? And so I went digging again. How about this matches perfect? Does you see the green and the green in my silk scarf? Is that not something? It's a perfect match. Welcome in, welcome in. We have an interesting topic that we're going to discuss tonight. But as you're coming in, would you do me a favor, please? Would you get your daily heart knees? Would you right above my hat and get all of your points that you're supposed to get? And then down at the bottom of your screen, there's a little arrow that goes this way. Would you share it to your stories? I just don't want anyone to miss any of this tonight. Talking about putting all of our eggs in one basket. So I'm going to turn my music down. If you, as you're coming in also, would you tap the screen for me, please? I'd like to get at least 20,000 likes. Hey, Shaq, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I've twice gotten 100,000 likes. This last time on, was it on a Tuesday or a Thursday? I got 106 likes. Me, I just had a birthday on Sunday. I turned 71. Yay, I did. And it was such a thrill for me at my age to get 106 or 107,000 likes. That was so sweet of all of you all, and I so appreciate it. So as you're coming in, before I get on to the subject matter, if we can get me up to 10,000 right now. So if we can do a speed tap, let your fingers do the walking. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I'm so glad that you joined me, because I think before that scripture says, Proverbs 4:7, it says, the beginning of wisdom is getting skillful, and godly wisdom, it is preeminent. And with all your acquiring, get an understanding. Get an understanding. Actively seeking spiritual discernment, mature comprehension, and logical interpretation. So tonight we want to get mature comprehension, and logical interpretation. Yeah, is my music too loud for you? And also, I think that this is absolutely... Shaq, can you do something for me? In the chat, would you put this? My YouTube channel, if you can, type this. It is you, comma, me, comma, and Tea with Lady D. That is my YouTube channel. And tonight, before I close my eyes, I am going to upload this live to my YouTube channel so that you can go back and listen to it in your quietness, because there is going to have to be some self-reflection. Have you ever been there before? Have you ever been at this place that I'm talking about? So, on this platform, I may not be for you. I am not the other platforms where we all talk. I purposely go back in my archives of 20 plus years and bring it forward to where I am now. And I feel like that I am successfully dating, because that's all I want to do right now is to date, to enjoy the moment. And I'll know, and he will know, when it's time to take it to the next level. But how do we do this successfully? That's the question that is being posed. What does it look like when we put all of our eggs in the same basket? Are we tapping the screen? Are we tapping the screen? Please tap the screen. Let's get us up to 10,000 likes. And I'm going to play some more soft jazz. Thank you. You are so kind. Way to make a seasoned lady blush. Thank you so much. And you know what? I don't do the filters. I don't like a whole lot of nothing. I put my lipstick on, and I have this. This you probably saw your grandmother use it. You can still get it on Amazon, but it just absolutely takes the shine off of your face, and then I'm good to go. I don't want any more than that, because I put my hands on my face all the time. So I would be looking like a raccoon if I put all of that on my face. Yeah, and it works wonders. You know, they have the little papers that you're supposed to dab your face and take the oil. Well, I just take that. This is what my mother used, my grandmother used, and they still make them. You can get them on Amazon. But as we're tapping, as we're talking, I'm going to play a little more jazz, and as we get up to that 10,000, and I think I'm seeing it. So if we can tap, because you all, I listen to you all. I listen to you all. And I sit on the porch, and I sit in some of you all's lives, and I hear the most interesting talk. I don't think I know it all, but I think on this platform, as my coach, David Burris is my coach, and you may have heard of him. He says, give you permission to think differently. And because, sir, big head, and because I came out of a divorce after being married 23 years, and I am single again. So I had to get to know me. I had to get to have an understanding. Yes. Shaq, that's TEA. You, me, and T. You, me, and T with Lady D. You, me, and T with Lady D. Please, on YouTube. You, me, and TEA with Lady D. Thank you, Shaq. Thank you so much. But as I was saying, I don't think I know it all, but I had some excellent teachers to pour into me. And it was information that God said, this is not yours to keep, it's yours to share forward. So I say to you, when you join me on this platform, it's permission to think differently, to do something different. Because how is it working? And how is it working for you the way you have been doing it? Hey, Bam. Hey, Bam. How are you? Yes, Lady D as in Donna. Lady D as in Donna. So that's the reason why this is a God assignment for me. This is what he said for me to do. So I listen to what he says I should do and pour back. And even if I only reach just one, I will have fulfilled my assignment. So come in and tap the screens. Let your fingers do the thing on there. But bam, do you see my shirt? Look at this. And I went looking. Look at my scarf. My silk scarf is matching my shirt. Is that not cool? Okay. So when we talk, and I read the scripture, Proverbs 4:7, because everything that we're going through, there's a word in it. And we're not doing something spiritual, but he says, get an understanding. And that's the crux of today, of tonight, is getting an understanding. Let's get an understanding. So, have you ever, and I'm gonna turn my music off. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna get situated so I can share with you. Okay. Let me turn this off. And thank you all. Thank you ever so much for tapping. Thank you. So, if you heard my advertisement, if you heard the advertisement, just sharing with you that I was coming live, I said on there, have you ever put all of your eggs in one basket while dating? You put all of your eggs in one basket while dating. And I also said, have you ever invested all of your emotional energies, time and hope into one person too soon? And on this platform, let me tell you, before I go any further, that I have some of the most absolute amazing moderators. And they understand that I don't want you blocked, if at all possible. I don't want you blocked. I want you to stay. But I do want you to be mindful of other persons that are in the chat. And there's no profanity here. There's not. I just know that everyone that joins me on this platform, they have a vocabulary, an extensive vocabulary, that they do not have to resort to profanity. So if the moderators, if they think that you're saying too much in the chat, we don't lock the doors here at this church. We don't lock the doors at this church, but they indeed will mute you, so that you can hear what is being said. So let me get situated. Let me get my seat all comfy so we can talk about it and get an understanding. So, have you ever, and it's a rhetorical question, and rhetorical means that you don't have to put it here, but be honest with yourself. Be honest. How are you? How are you? Be honest with you. Have you ever invested all of your emotional energies, your time, and hope in one person too soon? And what did that yield you? What did it yield you? So let's talk about it. Let's first talk about what is casual dating. Miss Donna dates casually. I date casual. I date more than one person. No, I'm not poly. I'm not polyandria. I'm not poly anything. But I do not put all of my eggs in one basket. I don't. And I do not avail myself because we're getting to know each other. And what I think wholeheartedly is that we don't know how to date and have an understanding of what dating is. Dating does not constitute a relationship. It does not. It is us getting to know each other. And nowadays, we don't even want to say that we want to develop a friendship. Well, if I can't be a friend in dating, how do you expect me to be your best friend when I'm married to you? How do you expect that to go? You don't know me. I don't know you. I have not spent enough time getting to know you. How are you? How are you? So let's talk about that. Okay? Casual dating. What is casual dating? Miss Donna does casual dating. Casual dating in the sense of it's relaxed, it's informal, and without serious commitment. Casual dating is relaxed, informal, and without serious commitment. Can you all hear me okay? Is my volume okay? Put a 1 in the chat and let me know, because I know I'm soft spoken. If you can hear me okay, just put a 1 in the chat, please. You can hear me okay? Thank you. Okay. The term casual can be confusing to some. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. It can be confusing to some, as it could also specifically refer to casual sex or purely a physical relationship. But that's not what I'm talking about. In the broader sense of casual dating, it just means keeping things relaxed and uncommitted while you figure out if there's real compatibility and mutual interest in something more serious. Mutual interest in something more serious. Mutual. Do you hear me? Mutual. This is not me deciding because you asked me out for a date that I put the cart before the horse. And I think you look scrumptious. And I think you are all of these things and a bag of chips. So if I think it, you should also. Well, that's not how it works. That is not how it works. It is mutual. Both of us agreeing that we want to do whatever, take it to the next level. So right now, we're just enjoying the moment. Today, I'm still celebrating my birthday. And we call him F250. F250 took me to early morning breakfast. And then we went to Indiana and we chased waterfalls. We chased waterfalls. It was a beautiful day. But you know what? He's just my best friend. And we hang out together. And when Derby Day comes around, I'm first on his list, and he calls and checks to see if I've got plans, because he's going to take me to the Derby. It's that kind of mutual respect. Mutual. Hold on to that word, mutual. So, when we talk about casual dating, it looks like this: low pressure stakes, low pressure. There is no expectation that will lead to marriage or long-term relationship. No expectations. No expectation. You're just getting to know someone without heavy expectations. Without. It looks like non-exclusive. Non-exclusive. Here's all the words that you all use. Are we exclusive? No. Casual dating is non-exclusive. It is non-exclusive. Often, though not always, but not always, it means you are free to date other people simultaneously. Or at least you're not committed to exclusivity. So, for me, I had an early date. I had a day. I think I got back home like 3 o'clock. I left at 8:30. We had a grand time. There was no, what are we doing? Because we've had that conversation. You know why we've had that conversation? Because we have a foundation of friendship. And so we can talk about those things. And I'm going to go even further. So it looks like less serious intentions. You're not necessarily looking for the one or evaluating someone as a life partner. You're just enjoying the moment. Just enjoying the moment. So, because F250 had my company today, does not mean that F250 gets my company tomorrow. Because I have a life. And it is not waiting for F250 to call me later on. Because why? He said, what are you doing later on tonight? Well, I'm going to be with some people later on tonight. And who are they? They are sitting right here. There is, 53 of them or 57 of them sitting right here with me tonight. And I'm going to spend time with them. You know why? Because they are special also. And because I'm not taking me off of the market. Hold on to that word. You take you off of the market. So less serious intentions. Less serious intentions. You are not necessarily looking for the one. The one. No, you're not. For several reasons, and I'm going to go there. Or evaluating someone as a life partner. You are not. you might just be enjoying their company. Just enjoying their company. Seeing where things go. Or keeping things fun and light. That's what I had today. Things were fun and light. And we got to a place where the waterfalls were. And he's good about this. He had a whole lunch pack. Though we went to eat breakfast, he had a whole lunch pack. And we got in the back end of the F-250 and just said absolutely nothing, but enjoyed listening to the waterfall, looking at the sky, having funnies about the clouds in the sky. What do you see? Just not losing the child within us. Do you remember how you dated when you were a teenager? It was fun, wasn't it? And that person might have been the person for a whole week. And then there came someone else, right? It's just enjoying the moment. Just. And then it might look like flexible commitment. Flexible commitment. There's no obligation to follow traditional relationship escalation. Oh, hear me now. Hear me now. There is no obligation to follow traditional relationship escalation. You know what that is? Meeting the family, planning futures together, me writing my name with your last name. It doesn't mean any of that. None of it. I'm not ready to meet your family yet. None of that, okay? And so the opposite of casual dating would be what? What do I sound like? Please, I hope I don't sound like a teacher. I sound like a professor. Are we tapping the screens? Because that is my gift, is to teach. So I plan to share with you all those things to give you permission to think differently, to stop lending your ear to the jackassery that is out here in these TikTok streets. Lending your ear to persons that are not even dating, yet they have so much to say about it. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. So, the opposite of casual dating would be serious dating, or being in a committed relationship where things are more formal, exclusive, intentional about, that's my favorite word. It's all one word, jackassery, all together. Yeah, that's my favorite word. It's where things are more formal, exclusive, intentional about building toward a future together. Now, we got that out of the way? Okay. So, what could be the problems that arise from putting all of your eggs in one basket? Well, as I said up at the beginning, you're investing all of your emotional energies and time and hope into one person too soon. And there's a downside to doing it too soon. Now, I want to share a book out of my library that helped me to get to this point, to help me to get, hey there, how are you? To help me get to this point. This is called Too Close, Too Soon. Can you see it? Too Close, Too Soon. It's by Dr. Jim A. Talley. And if it looks worn, it's because it is. It's worn. I flipped pages back. I've got highlights through it. but it's by Dr. Jim A. Talley and Dr. Bobby, Bobbie, Reed, Reed. Too Close, Too Soon. So I have a reason why I'm going there with you all. Get too close too soon. So what does the downside of this look like when you put all of your eggs in one basket? Okay, we're almost at 10. So let's tap the screen. Have some of your tea. I'm gonna have a sip of tea. You got your pen and paper. Am I taking you too fast? I hope not. I hope you're getting this. You're gonna see that it'll make a world of difference. And I understand that there are persons that say, I can only date one person at a time. Okay. Then I say, you do you. But in your dating one person at a time, then how many of them have yielded what you wanted to yield? Did it get you where you wanted to be? Did you protect your tea? And that is something that Gregory, is my heart, who transitioned way too soon. For me, God was ready for him to come home. But he always said, protect your tea. And the T is an acronym. Do you have your pen ready? The T is time. The E is energy. And the A is attention. Protect those. Time, energy, and attention. Protect your T. So the downside could look like this. Mr. Radio, welcome in. Thank you for coming. It could look like emotional vulnerability. Emotional vulnerability. If things don't work out, if things don't... Lola, I am so glad that you came. I am so glad that you came. Yes. So then your time, energy, and attention, and as Lola said, by all means, protect your money. By all means, protect your money. But your tea, if you protect your tea, you don't have to worry about protecting your money, because these things, Lola, we're going to talk about some other things. So hang in here with me, okay? N and I, how are you? How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. Protect your tea. Emotional vulnerability. Emotional vulnerability. If things don't work out, and statistically, most early dating situations don't work out. So I asked you to be honest with you when you say, I can only date one person at a time because I might call him by the other person's name. I am 71 years old, and I've never made that mistake. And I don't believe you will either. You're too smart for that. Every last one of you are far too smart to do that. So the disappointment hits much harder when it doesn't work out. You've built up so much expectation and attachment that rejection or incompatibility, it's devastating. Instead of, oh well, next. Oh well, Next, losing sleep, talking about I need closure for what? Well, why did he leave me? Why wasn't... Did he ever tell you? Yes, deuces. Did he ever tell you that he was into you? Or did you tell you that you were into him or her? Take responsibility for your actions, your thoughts, your everything. Take responsibility. It's not pee in the dating pool. And if it's pee in the dating pool, the pool is yours. So who have you allowed into your pool? I'm just asking. And these are questions that you should pose to yourself. These are questions that you should pose to you. Okay? Loss of perspective. Loss of perspective. When you, whether that's the guy on the girl or the girl on the guy, when you are hyper-focused on one person, you can lose objectivity. You can lose objectivity. Hey, Carol, welcome back. You might overlook red flags. Make excuses. Zeta, thank you so much for putting this in the chat for me. Thank you so very much. I can't tell you all how much I appreciate you. We're almost at 10. Come on, let's tap it up because it's going to be a little while. I've got a lot of information for you. You might overlook red flags, make excuses for concerning behavior. You see the behavior, and you are you so desperate to be in a relationship that you don't say, okay, thank you, no, I this is not me. This is not me. Or convince yourself someone is more compatible than they actually are, because you have already invested so much. Hear this statement. Hear this statement, and Zeta, if you'll put it in there, you have given authority to an unauthorized person. My God, today. You have given authority to an unauthorized person. Loss of perspective. Loss of perspective. Pressure on the other person. These are downsides when you put all of your eggs in one basket. Even if you only date that one person and you don't date anyone else, that person should not have all of your time every day texting you hours on end, you on the phone with them for more than 45 minutes, and they have all of your time and twice on Sunday. You're not even noticing some red flags because you are so anxious to be in a relationship. You're so anxious to be in a relationship. You're making excuses for the things that you see, bad behavior. And you're convincing yourself someone is more compatible than they actually are, because you've already invested so much time. Pressure on the other person. Are you still with me? Are you understanding? Don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Absolutely. Thank you, Zeta. Pressure on the other person. Intense, INTENSE, intense early investment can come across as, and you've heard these words, oh, she's too clingy, he's too clingy. You've heard those words before. That's what it looks like when you put all of your eggs in one basket too soon, all of them early. You can become overwhelming. How does that look? Which often, more often than not, it pushes a person away. Be honest. And that lends to what you all say. What? I say push them away. You all say, well, I don't understand why he ghosted me. He didn't call me and I just checked him. Why didn't you call me? I called you 15 minutes ago and it took you 30 minutes to get back to me. Exactly. Overwhelming. So they ghosted you. And you know when they ghosted you? They put up with you being pressuring them, with your clinginess and your overwhelming being just too much until they got the underwear, until they got the sex. They tolerated you. Oh, listen, this is my page and I'm going to talk real to you. I want you to understand what it looks like so then you can find your no. If this person is not for you, if you're not feeling this person, we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes. Then thank you. I've enjoyed my time. Thank you. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to be critical. You don't have to be harsh. You can find the kindness in your voice, in your person, because it could be said to you. How do you want to be told you're moving too fast? How do you want to be told that? Or do you just want to be ghosted? Just asking. Have some more of your tea. Have some more of your tea. Tap the screen. I've got some more to give you. I am having soursop tea with hibiscus tea. Soursop and hibiscus tea. And it is so tasty. Okay, have you caught your breath? Okay. The next downside could look like missed opportunities. Missed opportunities. Missed opportunities. So while you're fixating on this one person, who may not be a good match. Oh, that sounds good. Ginger and lemon. That sounds really good. So you're fixated on this one person who may not be a good match, right? Who may not be a good match. You're not opening yourself up to meet other persons, right? So who might be better suited for you. So you've closed the door and you say, I'm all of those catchwords. I'm dating with a purpose. I'm doing all of this. Okay, and but there were some red flags while you were dating with a purpose, and you availed all of your tea, your time, your energy, and attention, and then what happened? And then what happened? Mm, and then what happened? And the next thing, another downside, it's power imbalance. Power imbalance. Excuse me, you all, for just 1 second. Power imbalance. B, can you see my shirt? Do you see that I went down in my drawer and found another scarf that matches perfect the green and the color? Do you see that? And it only says Morning Wood. Are you all tapping the screen? Are you tapping the screen? Oh, okay. So, power imbalance. The person who cares less. Oh, you all, so please listen to me, because I've listened to you all, and I've listened to you all. And then B, yourself that's down in the chat, he allows me to use him as a sounding board, okay? And I share with him what it is that I'm thinking and where I'm going, and I give him permission to tell me yay or nay. Nope, that's not good, But I have taken time to process what I'm going to share with you all. So, the person who cares less, typically has more power in the relationship. The person who cares less typically has more power in the relationship. Here again, what have we done? You have given authority to an unauthorized person. You've given authority to an unauthorized person. If you're all in while they are still casually exploring, you are at a disadvantage and more likely to accept less than you deserve. I'm going to put this up tonight, just in case you missed it, or just in case you need to go back and listen to it again. It will be on my YouTube channel, which is You, Me, and T with Lady D. You, Me, and T with Lady D. Thank you, B. Thank you so much. The alternative is not necessarily dating multiple persons simultaneously. It's not necessarily that, though some do, but rather keeping your life full of activities, of friends, and not just throwing that title around, right? Friends. They may be acquaintances. You know how you're assigning them. Hobbies, personal goals, and maintaining emotional boundaries until you have that genuine evidence. Yes, until you have that genuine evidence that someone is worth deeper investment. Do you understand what I'm saying? And maybe you'll need to listen to it by yourself so that it can resonate, so that it can marinate down deep. Okay, so now this, I've listened, I've sat out on the porch and I've listened to some of you guys. What do you do when someone thinks they're in a relationship with you and you do not know? You had no idea. Because why? Because we flirt on these apps, right? We flirt, we say all kinds of things. And then we get in our feelings. Oh, he's talking to me. Oh, it's me he's talking about. And when I see him, oh, baby, I'm going to rock his world. You don't know jack diddly about him. Nothing. And then you get mad at the next woman that says something to him. Or you get mad at the next man. Okay. You remember when B's birthday was the 19th? B's birthday was the 19th. Could you hold for just a second while I put my phone on Do Not Disturb? I'm sorry. Just for a second. Please. Thank you for holding. So B's birthday was September 19th. And there was until you prove yourself otherwise, you are always a gentleman to me. And you're always a lady to me, no matter what, until you prove yourself otherwise. And so I celebrated B's birthday right here and we went out and I was at the farmer's market with a group, a mixed company group, right? And the gentleman saw the posting that I did wishing B happy birthday. Then he called at the appropriate time. I have time set for me. I have boundaries. I do have boundaries. And so if you don't get me during the day, between 10:30 and 11, I don't take any calls after 11. Those are my boundaries. But he questioned who was, because I said my B. And he questioned, you said we are going to Ricardo's. Now, I have several personalities, and right now Catherine is here with you. Kathy dressed me tonight, okay? But then there's a person called No Name, and she is protective of all of my persons. And when he said that, he expected an answer from me. And I thought, okay, now, I don't know, he must have had a bad day. And I said, yes, we went out to the farmer's market, and I was still giddy. It was just a grand day. And then we went to Ricardo's. All of us went to Ricardo's, and it was still mixed company, right? But he said to me that now all along I've been saying, we're going too fast. Whoa, pump the brakes. We're going too fast, right? I'm just getting to know you. It's not like that. And he said, if I ask you who it is that you're going out with, and he used a fictitious name, and I say to you, I don't want you to go out with him, you need to say, yes, sir. Oh, I heard the cacophony of voices in my head they were all at the table. They stopped and they said, "What did he say?" And then No Name said, "Nope, I got it." I said, "No, I've got it." Because see, what did I just say? That there is a way to say everything. And there's a way to say, no, that's not what we're doing. Well, he didn't like my answer. And we said goodnight. And then he sent me a text message that said he was terribly disappointed and that I am sure we will discuss this further on Saturday. No, the dickens, we will not. Because it's not that kind of party. We're just getting to know each other. We are just getting to know each other. So the things that I share with you all are things that have worked. So you're not going to pressure me into anything. And you do not have that kind of authority. Do you see what I'm saying? The dickens, it's not going to happen like that. So these are the reasons why I say to you all, the things that I say to you all. You can still be kind, you can still be gentle, but you can still be firm. Be firm. And it's not about raising your voice. It's always about being mindful of the tone, the tenor, and the depth of what it is that you're saying. When we elevate our voices because we have gotten pissed to the highest pistivity behind some jackassery, no, we don't need to raise our voices, because when we raise our voices, that pitch that only a dog can hear, they will shut down. So you need to lower your voice. Find your kinder and gentler voice to say, no, sir, that is not what we're doing. Okay? Okay. So, yeah, all in the same sentence. Pistivity, highest pistivity, and jackassery. So, this is an uncomfortable but surprisingly common situation. Uncomfortable but a common situation. When someone considers you their boyfriend or girlfriend or think you're exclusive. Okay, this is one more thing. So y'all just roll with me, because all the voices are saying, don't forget to tell them this, okay? So they think that you're exclusive and you don't know it. And you've never met them. You have never met them because you're so busy texting. Well, Miss Donna hates to text. So here's my boundaries. I'm only going to text you once or twice. And I will avail my phone number to you. But Miss Donna doesn't call men. I don't do it. So we've texted once or twice, and I send you my number. I say to you, I don't really care to text. And I put my phone number. And you send me your phone number back. Well, if you want to continue to have conversation with me, you'll use my number. But if you're waiting for me to call you, snowball's chance in hell. It's just Miss Donna. I'm not saying that you have to do what Miss Donna does, but permission to think differently. And if they don't, they weren't really into you anyway. Next. All right. So, but if you had no idea you were in a relationship, okay? You had no idea that you were in a relationship. This is how I say you would handle it. Are you ready? Okay. When down in your shanana, you get that feeling that something is not quite right. Are you all tapping the screen? So we're going to get to 20? I think we're going to get to 20. We're going to go a little beyond 10:30, but I hope you all will hang in here with me. And if you have any questions thereafter. So when you get that feeling down in the pit of your gut, something's not quite right, right? Because they're saying things like what was said to me. Like what was said to me. I had another gentleman, and I told him my time boundaries. And he just ignored them. Well, I watched his name come up on the ID. And I watched it and I was like, okay. And so when he called at the proper time, he said, baby, I've been, And I said, say my name. Because I don't want you calling me baby, gorgeous, none of those names. I said, say my name. And I could hear the voice, the smile. See, I didn't need to tell him, I don't like you when you call me all of those terms of endearment, because I'm none of those. I'm none of those. But I said, very light and very soft, say my name. And he got the gruffness in his voice and he said, Donna, down low. And then I said, I'd love to hear you say my name. See, so now I put the bait on the hook. Hold on just a second. I've got to do the puzzle. I got to do another one. I didn't do it fast enough. Ooh. Okay. I'm sorry, you all. I was doing it too fast. So, it's how you teach them to do the things that's pleasing to you. Okay? I don't like to be called terms of endearment. So, because you don't know me that well, and you make me think that you can't remember my name. So yes, I put the softness on the bait, and then he said it, and then therefore he continued to call me by my name, and he said it like a gentleman. So, as soon as you realize, address it directly and quickly. When down in your soul says something's not right, you address it directly and quickly. Okay? So as soon as you realize there is a mismatch in expectations, you need to have a conversation. You need to have a conversation. The longer you wait to have that conversation, the more hurt feelings and the messier it gets. The longer you wait. Something like, I think we may have a different understanding about what's happening between us. See, I think. So when we use I statements, and I stress using I statements often, when I say I think, we may have different understanding of what's happening between us. Then I'm opening the door for you to clarify what's going on. And then you can say, no, it was this way, this way, this way. Or yes, it was this way, this way, this way. But we have to have some clarification, some communication. Or you could say, I want to make sure we're on the same page. I want to make sure. The onus on you with I statements. When you say you, those are accusatory. And that's not where you want to be. That's not where you want to be. I statements. I statements. Yes. Work on you. Yes. Yes. The next thing, we want to be honest but kind. Honest but kind. Okay, we're almost at 20,000. Come on, you guys. We can do it. Have a sip of your tea as I get ready to go forward. Okay. Be honest but kind. Find your kinder, gentler. If you have to be loud and brazen with that person, you've made a bad decision from the start. You've made a bad decision from the start. Okay? Explain that you didn't realize they viewed this as an exclusive relationship. What are we saying? We're back to the I statements. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you viewed what we were doing as exclusivity. I'm sorry. And at least sound genuine, okay? Because you didn't. That was not your intent. Okay? Clarify what you thought was happening. I thought we were just getting to know each other. I thought we were just working on friendship. I thought. Don't be cruel, but don't sugarcoat it either. Don't give that person false hope. That is unkind. That is mean. So the next thing is, take responsibility for any ambiguity. You take responsibility for any ambiguity. Even if you never explicitly said you were together, even if those words were never uttered, reflect on whether your actions might have reasonably led them to that conclusion. Oh no, the voices are speaking again. I'm not saying those things. So, did you send some pictures that you shouldn't have sent? Don't put anything. Just keep looking straight ahead. Don't answer out loud. Don't answer out loud. Did the conversation go in a direction that it should have never gone? These are rhetorical questions, but I need you to take responsibility for them. Did you act like a couple when you went out on your first date? Did you do too much too soon on your first date? Did you spend lots of intimate time together? Did you just throw your tea away? You know what tea is, right? Your time, energy, and your actions. Did you just cast them to the wind? Did you? Bigger yet, did they meet your friends and family? Could you have been sending mixed signals? These are things that I think you need to sit with you and reflect. And reflect with you. The next thing is clarify what you actually want. Clarify what you actually want. Do you want to keep seeing them casually? Do you want to stop seeing them? Are you open to a relationship eventually, but not ready now? Be clear about your actual intentions and feelings. Be clear. Take it. Allow this to just settle all down in there, all down in your shando, because this is going to help. And I'm giving you permission, as David Burris would say, to think differently. Think differently. It's okay. Because obviously, if you're sitting here listening to me, what you've been doing has not been working. Okay? Don't let guilt trap you. Don't let guilt trap you. Trap you. Don't let it do it. Feeling bad that you hurt someone doesn't mean you owe them a relationship. Like I said to him, no, he said, I'm terribly disappointed in you. I'm sorry. But if I gave you that impression, it was not my intention. It was not my intention. My heart hurts. Then you went there too soon, and your listening skills were not up to par, because I intentionally said that we're just getting to know each other. And you just roll right over what I said. And now you want to make me the reason why you feel the way you do. No, sir. No, ma'am. No. Don't do it. So, in all that I've shared with you all tonight, early dating needs more. Early dating and casual dating needs more explicit communication than we give it. More explicit communication than we give it. What are we doing? So now, Miss Donna, 2 days of us texting. Lord, it makes my teeth itch just to think that I'm going to do 2 days of texting with you. After that, I need to FaceTime. We need to FaceTime. So when I have that second text and I send my phone number, because I say I really don't like texting, and he sends me his phone number, he doesn't use my phone number in a couple of days. I'm next. Because why? I want to be pursued. I flirted with you by extending my phone number because you showed some interest. I shared with you that I don't like texting. So I'm never going to sweat you about you texting me. Never. And you didn't call me? You were not man enough to pursue me? Okay. Hasta la vista. And we're off. But then, if he calls, the next time I'm going to say, I'd love to see your face. Mm-hmm. I'd love to see your face. So, I'm not available tomorrow. So, I am setting that because I'm not going to avail myself to you every day and twice on Sunday because we're just getting to know each other. Not going to do it. So, I'm not available tomorrow. But the next time we call, would you just text me and let me know that you're about to call? And then we can FaceTime each other. And then, after that, the ball is in his court. Will he ask me out on a date? And they do. And I don't drive, you all. I do not drive. But they will come to me. And they have all been gentlemen. And I am 28 years abstinent. So you don't get any cookies. Not here. All right. All right. Having explicit communication prevents painful misunderstanding. All right? Okay. You all got me to 20. Yes, you did. So, if there's anyone that has any questions that would like to come up in the box and chat with me, ask me questions. If I don't have the answer for you right now, as I remembered Lola, if you want to come up in the box, Lola is single again. That's how I say it about me, Lola. I say I'm single again because Lola, I was married at 19. You were married at 18. I do read your comments, and when you all inbox me, I do. And if I don't have an answer for you right away, and I need to measure my thoughts and my words, because what we say to each other can hurt us. Our tongue can wound us deeply. And I want to make sure that what I share with you is something that's going to be efficacious to you. So, Chef, how are you? How are you? So, if you want to come up and let's talk about it, Grand Biscuits. If you want to come up, and I hope you gathered something from what I shared with you tonight. Can y'all tell that I've been out in the spray from the waterfalls and everything? Ooh, it just gets me all. Everything is running at one time. Does anyone have any questions? Zeta, do you want to come up? Lola, I'm going to invite you up if you're still here. If there are any questions, and I thank all of you all for staying and sitting with me. If there's no questions, I am going to say thank you ever so much. Thank you, thank you. And Jaja, you see Kathy dressed me today? I got another scarf that matches B's shirt. Yeah. Are there any questions? Are there any questions? And everyone, both men and women, find your no. Find your no. No. Just because you took me to McDonald's today and Burger King the next day, on the way home, doesn't get you going around the bases sliding into home. No. Find your no. Don't let some woman put all of her charms on you. Find your no. Find your no. Okay? And what's the worst that can happen? They move on. And then what? What is it? Next? If they don't understand that, that's all. Their intentions were less than honorable. That's the only reason why they hung around was to no. So, if all hearts and minds are clear, thank everyone for your attention and staying with me. There is still 60 persons in the church. And then I love how TikTok also lets you know how many persons viewed it from the vestibule or from the porch. So I do thank you all. I do spend time making sure, going back over materials that were given to me, knocking the dust off of them and sharing it with you. They are still, it's still good information. And as a lasting note, Miles Monroe said, "You are ready to date when you do not need to date." So if it is, oh, I can't, everybody's dating and I'm not dating, or everybody's in a relationship and I'm not in a relationship, then you are not ready to date. That's what that means. I'm ready to date, and I am dating, and I'm enjoying the moment. I want you to be there also. So I want to pour into you and give you permission to do what? Think differently. All right? Yes, you too. Okay. So I thank you for joining me next Tuesday at the same time. I don't know. The other night Lola, I hear you. How long have you been divorced? And you were married for how long? And you were married for how long? Were you separated in that time? Okay. So you were married for 40 years. Do you know? Do you know what the divorce care, when I went so that I could do groups for divorce care, and then I did my own group of relationships in need of repair. For every 5 years that you were married, it takes 1 year to heal. You were married for 40 years. You do the math. So there's a lot of things we say. I'm happiest I've ever been. There were some mitigating factors to make you say that. But have you healed from those things? Because you've gotten out of a situation, those things are still there, and you haven't addressed those things. First 4, then the other for 31, and only a 2-year break. So do you understand why I say you're not ready to date yet? You're not ready to date yet. And you will get into a relationship. Lola, I say what I say because of almost 15 years of doing this, is that you will get into a relationship, and because you have not addressed those things that cause you to be divorced, you will get in a relationship, and someone will say and or do, and the first thing that will come out of your mouth is, that's how he was, that's what he said, and you will bleed on someone that did not cut you. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. So don't, and I say this to everyone, and I mean this, yet I mean no disrespect. Don't allow your loins to overrule your better judgment, because you are not going to meet him in the air because you have not had your itch scratched in more than a minute. You're not ready. Are there any other questions? If you want to put it in the chat before I say the benediction. Now, I've given it one, like the Baptist ministers do. They say, I'm about to close. They say it 3 times, and the third time is when they shut down. Really. So that's when we come out of bad situations. I know everyone is not like me, Lola. And there are persons that have sat with me before and have heard me say this. I was married for 23 years to that man. I dated him for 4 years before we were married. I never lived with him. I never cohabitated with him. Not ever. He was the only man that I had ever been with. He is the father of our son. But when I was divorced, I didn't know who I was. I was my parents' daughter. Are you Robert and Mary Catherine's daughter? Yes, I am. Are you George's wife? Yes, I am. Are you Derek's mother? Yes, I am. But who am I? I don't know. They don't even call me by name. I have a name. My name is Donna. I don't even know who I am. So for me, because I am different and I acknowledge it, and I am, and I embrace my difference. I knew that I was not ready to get out here with these woolly bullies that are out here in the streets, because now time was different from when I was. Okay. And as Keith Short said to me, I was 19 when I got married. I knew nothing about nothing. I had on-the-job training. My great-grandmother, my grandmother, my mother taught me what it was like to be a lady and to be a wife. I knew all of that. I passed that with flying colors. But now, I am single again. And the landscape is different. And I need to gird myself up. And I need to know me. Because I can't share with you what I don't know. So I need to spend time with me. And so now I can say, I'm ready to date because I don't need to date. I love me. I'm comfortable in my own presence. All of that. And I have such a peace and joy. And that's what it looks like, taking time to get to know you and closing some doors. Admitting that you too lent something to the demise of that relationship. It was not one-sided. It was not one-sided. So, thank you for listening to me. Thank you for spending time with me. Chef, I think this is the second time, isn't it? So this is the third time? Okay. And if I have more information, and I'm sure I do, please don't forget, if you don't do anything else, get this book, Too Close, Too Soon. And get Miles Monroe's Waiting and Dating. See, we're so busy out here wanting to do it the world's way. And we're becoming more and more divided because we don't know who we are, what we need versus what we want. Expectations, unrealistic expectations. This is the reason why. This is my assignment, and I know it. So, I thank you all for sitting in with me. And the pleasure was all mine having you here with me, Lola. And good night. Good night, you all. Have a good night. If I am going to go live again, I always put out an advertisement ahead of time. So you all turn your notifications on. Before I leave, make sure all of you've gotten your daily heart me's. That little heart right above my head. Make sure you got your points. And follow me. Turn your notifications on so that when I do, that you can be here with me again. Come and join me again. I hope you will. So, good night. Oh, Bam. Bam, if you're here, thank you so much for being a moderator. Jaja, thank you so much. I don't know where my manners were. I told them I had great moderators, and then I was leaving without saying thank you all so very much. Thank you. Good night.